A person's worth isn't just measured by the money they earn, but by the lives they touch. This truth has been proven countless times by OFWs, modern-day heroes who work far from home, not for themselves alone, but for the dreams of their families. But if that's true, why do some OFWs come home and still feel empty? Why do some spend years abroad only to return with little to show for it? Is it because they didn't work hard enough, or is there something deeper? Today's story will reveal a powerful lesson that can change the way you see your journey abroad. We'll also learn a few English words along the way to enrich both your language and your life. So stay with me until the end. I promise this story will be worth your time. Once, in a small fishing village in the Philippines, there lived a young man named Marco. Marco grew up in a humble home. His father was a fisherman. His mother sold vegetables in the market. Life was simple, but money was always short. When his younger sister needed tuition for college, Marco made a big decision. He would apply for work overseas. After months of paperwork and training, Marco finally landed a job as a hotel waiter in Dubai. The first months were hard. Long hours, aching feet, and a constant ache in his heart from missing home. But each payday, he would send most of his salary back to the Philippines, imagining his family's smiles. He told himself, every sacrifice will be worth it. One evening, while serving guests at a wedding banquet, Marco noticed an older Filipino man in a suit sitting alone at the corner table. When the event ended, Marco politely offered him dessert. The man smiled and said, "Salamat, kabayan." Then he asked, "How long have you been here?" "Almost 2 years, sir," Marco replied proudly. "I'm saving for my family's needs." The older man's smile faded slightly. "That's good, but tell me, what are you saving for yourself?" Marco was puzzled. "Sir, my family is my reason for working. Everything I earn, I send home." The man leaned forward. "I understand. I used to do that too. But after 20 years abroad, I went home with nothing. My children had grown up, my savings were gone, and I had no skills left to use back in the Philippines. Don't make the same mistake I did." That night, Marco lay in bed thinking about the man's words. What are you saving for yourself? He realized he had been working tirelessly, but only for the present, never for the future. Yes, his family needed him, but didn't they also need him to have a future? From then on, Marco made a small change. Every payday, he still sent money home, but he also kept a small portion for himself. At first, it felt selfish, but instead of spending it on luxury, he used it to learn. He enrolled in an online course in hotel management. He read books about business and personal finance. He practiced his English, improving his vocabulary with words like investment and asset. Months passed. Marco's skills grew. He was promoted from waiter to supervisor. With the raise, he saved more and even started a small online flower delivery business back home, run by his sister, who had now finished college. 3 years later, Marco returned to the Philippines. But unlike many who came home only to search for another contract abroad, he came home with a plan. He used his savings and experience to open a small cafe in his hometown. It wasn't big, but it was his. And it provided jobs for 3 other people in the community. One afternoon, as Marco was arranging flowers on the cafe tables, a well-dressed man entered. It was the same older Filipino he had met in Dubai years ago. "Kabayan," the man said, surprised. "You're here? You didn't renew your contract?" Marco smiled. "No, sir. I came home to stay. I invested in myself while I was abroad. so I could build something here. The man's eyes softened. You learned the lesson I wish someone had told me earlier. Don't just send money home. Send something that will last. Skills, ideas, investments. Because the greatest gift you can bring home is yourself. Improve. They shook hands, now as equals. Marco realized that success as an OFW isn't just about how much you send, but about how much you grow. Life will always test us. But remember, if you work hard abroad, work just as hard on yourself. Your family needs your support today, but they also need you strong, skilled, and ready for tomorrow. Because when you invest in yourself, your future and theirs becomes brighter. I hope you learned something valuable from Marco's journey. A reminder that no matter where you are in the world, you can build a future worth coming home to. Your sacrifices matter, but your growth matters even more. This is just one of many stories we'll share to inspire and guide you on your own path. So stay tuned for our next inspirational video. And if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss it. Until next time, keep going, keep growing, and keep believing in the future you deserve.